Hi, we are Group 6, and we are presenting 3D printing versus virtual reality. I'm Connor Westman. Also in the group is Carson Young, Price Stickney, and Jessica Canales. First, I'm going to give you an overview of 3D printing. 3D printing creates stacked layers using 2D technology. The material that is used is potentially reusable, and there is numerous applications that we'll go over later in the presentation. As you look to the right, 3D printing applications, the top three are spare parts, artistic items, and functional models. Next, I will go over virtual reality. Virtual reality, the user interacts with a computer-generated environment to kind of give them a new environment. The applications for virtual reality are not as expansive, as 3D printing, and could be larger in the future. And virtual reality is effective in visually conveying ideas. Next, Jessica is going to go over kind of the development of virtual reality and yeah.
So the idea of virtual reality or VR began as early as 1965 when it was recorded in a journal by Ivan E. Sutherland. And he described it as this idea of an ultimate display, or basically a room within which the computer can control the existence of matter. It wasn't until 1997 when VR came out as sort of an idea focused around video games. It really focused on a visually stimulating user interface. Basically, it just had a lot of 3D graphics. It wasn't until 2002 when virtual reality had broader applications. It was begun to look at as an idea or an approach to therapy and training, and the military began to include it in their training, and it was even seen as an approach to PTSD. Later in 2012, VR began to have more pedagogic uses, meaning basically you could practice an experience that might be more difficult to replicate in real life or have a higher risk associated with it. So it's being used for practice surgeries, and civil engineers are even using it for design practice. 3D printing had sort of a precursor invention called the CNC machine, or a computer-controlled numeric device. This focused on a process of milling out, so it would remove a substance from a 3D object, and it wasn't until the 1980s where they adopted the process of additive manufacturing, which is what we traditionally think about when we think of 3D printing. So now material can be added rather than just removed. At this point, it was very, very expensive and inaccessible, so it wasn't really utilized widespread. But later in the 21st century, around 2005, it starts to become more affordable, and there's a lot more options and more flexibility with the materials that you can use. You can print food, organs, homes. People are printing guns, which is kind of a political problem. But yeah, it's just a lot more versatile in the uses. Next, Carson is going to talk about some of the benefits and potential drawbacks of both of these.
Yeah. So VR is definitely a very, very profitable industry. Maybe not now, but it definitely can be in the future. There are ways that you can apply it to use sort of simulated physical experiments that could be very helpful in the fields of science. And it can, like Jessica said, be treated or be a potential treatment for PTSD and other psychological issues. 3D printing, on the other hand, is very practical, it's very hands on, and it has solutions to worldwide food shortages, to housing problems across the world, and it's very popular for its efficiency and for the cost effectiveness. In the same sense that it's cost effective, it's kind of cost effective because it's not very environmentally friendly at the moment. There are materials that you can use that are, but nylons and plastics are the cheapest and the most available materials to use with 3D printing, which is definitely not a good thing. There's a potential loss of jobs in the food sector if we can start making food accessible, and it creates a potential power imbalance between the already industrialized and unindustrialized nations. VR, on the other hand, could end up creating psychological issues that we don't know how to deal with while it solves things like PTSD and other issues. It can make an increased reliance on technology, can push sort of lazy science if we trust too much in the simulation itself, and it presents privacy issues for very obvious reasons. Finally, Price is going to talk about the evaluation methods that we chose and what our final decision was.
Right. So for our evaluation for each topic, we came down to 5 criteria. We came up with cost effectiveness, accessibility, potential usage, user friendliness, and social development. We conducted a poll within our group, grading on a 10-point scale, and then then we just took the average of it all. So for VR, we came to a conclusion with 67.5% on the with our evaluation. And then for 3D printing, we used the same criteria, same point scale, and we came up with 83.5%. So the reasons why we decided 3D printing was the best was the tons of different applications that it had, the complex design. I mean, you're able to 3D print body parts nowadays. You're 3D printing houses. There's so many more different applications that it's used in. It eliminates risk in terms of building a prototype by decreasing the chance of messing up on it. It's very cost efficient in terms of labor, and you're able to reuse materials. So I mean, it was pretty much just a no-brainer with why we chose 3D printing as the best.